So today I already have my kitchen all decorated up for fall, and I thought I'd just bring you along for a little fall kitchen tour. I decorated a few little areas on our countertops, and then I finished both of my bookcases, and I think they are really cute, really cozy. And then make sure you stay tuned because I have the most perfect, cozy, super easy dinner. It is a stuffed shells recipe, super easy to make. If you're looking to switch up pasta night, stay tuned and give that recipe a try. All right, let's head in the kitchen and let me show you my decor. All right, y'all, so we're gonna come over to my first little vignette in the kitchen. First, this is probably one of my favorite areas in here, other than those bookcases. But this is a little bit more than I normally do for a vignette, especially on my kitchen counter, but it is so cozy. I want to go through everything and what I did because I do have a lot going on right here. So first we'll start with kind of my anchor piece. You guys probably know I love to use cookbooks in my decor. It just makes sense, especially for me. So I just found a cookbook with some pumpkin cookies, turned it to the page, and then just put it on my little recipe book holder. And then also I have those time and table measuring bowls or mixing bowls that I got from Walmart. I will try to link them if they still have them, but I just love them. And one little trick I do is I just have a little ramekin in here with the rest of those bowls kind of sitting there. That way you can kind of see them all. They're not just down in there, and they're right here at my reach, so I can use them when I'm doing all my fall cooking and baking. And to anchor this whole little area down, I like to use a tray because especially when I have so many things put together like this, it just helps it feel more clean and organized, in my opinion. So I do have this just wooden tray with the gold handles in there. Matches perfectly with those mixing bowls. And then down in front of the cookbook, I did place some leaves here with just a little velvet pumpkin. And then I got these ghosts last year, I'm pretty sure from either Ross or TJ Maxx. But of course it has the same pattern as my bowls here. And this was actually one of the things I wasn't sure about this year, since it's just pure white, black and white. And I'm going for those warmer tones, but I used them just kind of sporadically. There's some on my bookshelf, and I thought this one just looked really cute, kind of like nestled down in this warmer, cozy vignette. So instead of putting them all three together, it's a set of three that I have, I just kind of stuck them in little random places, and I think it works. So there's our little ghosty. I love how it looks with the bowls, and it does add just a little cozy factor with that glow. But then up here behind, I just placed a wooden cutting board and then this kind of wicker pumpkin platter that I've had forever. And then one thing I'm so excited about, y'all, look at this little sconce nightlight. Is it not so vintage and just so cute? I saw these and I knew I had to get them. So it is automatic. When it gets dark in here, it comes on. It's gonna be kind of hard to see on camera when it lights up, but I just love that glass globe. That is so vintage looking to me. And then the rubbed brass is just perfect. The only thing is I wish the boxes that plugged in, they made them in white, or even, you know, where they looked metal, but that's all they have. But they did actually have lots of different styles of those. They had vintage ones, more modern looking ones. And so my original thought was to put one here and then one over here on that side, because we don't really have under cabinet lighting here. And so I was thinking I could use them as kind of sconces underneath the cabinets. But I ended up using another one upstairs in our hallway, and even that, just it lights it up so cozy at night. I might have to order some more, but I'll link those if y'all want to look at them. I mean, if you are looking for a way to light your upper cabinets super easily, that is a perfect way to do it. Also, one of those in like a little powder room or half bath, I think that was just so darling. And then over here in the corner, I just put this white lantern, and this is where one of those candles I showed y'all in my haul ended up. It came from Hobby Lobby, and it is kind of short. They did have taller ones, but I bought the short one, so I just placed it on like a little cupcake stand, a little tiny riser in there. And when this whole area is lit up at night with my little sconce nightlight up there, my ghost and the candle, it just looks so cute and cozy at night. And this is not fall related, but I did get this crock also from Amazon. I'll link it below too, because I wanted something to put my new little wooden utensils in. I needed some new ones, so I just grabbed those, and then I just grabbed a quick little utensil pot from there as well. But I like how it works. I like having the pops of black over here. Like I said, I've been trying to warm the kitchen up, and I love this little area. All right, over on this side, it's not quite as much over here, but I did put this pumpkin crock. My mother-in-law got it for me, I think last year, maybe the year before. I think it was last year. But I just placed it up on a little pedestal with a little garland kind of wreath in there. Inside this lantern, my canisters always stay the same. And then I put my little cat vintage spoon rest over here. Y'all know I love the vintage Halloween. And then here is where my fall wreath that I got from Hobby Lobby ended up. Just right here in our little table area, and I love it. And then this wreath, which happens to be one of my favorite things to put out each year, I just placed it here on our pantry door. I love those colors every single year, but especially this year. Those burnt, kind of rich, warm tones. Love it. So here is this whole little side right here. All right, I'm about to take you over there and show you the bookshelves. But I do have a Bath & Body Works Leaves candle going. This happens to be my favorite fall scent. It just smells so good. It smells clean, but also fall. So I have to pick one up every year. And I just have it sitting here on this riser with some leaves and a pumpkin right here beside the sink. And that's all that I really have going on our island here. All right, y'all, here are my bookshelves that I decorated. I have been working on these things for like literally 2 weeks, trying to get them situated in a way that I like. Anyway, we'll start at the top like we always do. This vase right here I had in my kitchen like for summer with some greenery, but I just put that greenery I got from Hobby Lobby in there. And then I decided to leave that basket that was here for summer. I thought, you know, pumpkin patches, apple orchard, that whole vibe could go along with fall as well. But I did place this scarf or blanket I've had forever. I'm pretty sure it came from the Target dollar spot up there with just a few big white pumpkins. And then on this side, that jack-o'-lantern piece is one of my favorite pieces to decorate with each year. And then of course, just some more Hobby Lobby florals on this side. And then coming on down, here is where that ghost picture landed. And again, I just put one of our little ghosts over here right beside it. I thought it was cute. And then it's just sitting up here with one of those pumpkins from Hobby Lobby and an acorn and just a little bit of fall leaves. Then down here we have some of these. They are faux books actually. They're not real books, but I just like to use them kind of as my decor on their side like this. I put a copper pumpkin up there just with some little, I guess those are what, kind of like little berries, a little berry candle ring. Then we just have a pumpkin cutting board back there and a couple more little accents that I've just had forever, but kind of that just cozy, kind of cottagey feel. Then down here on the bottom shelf, I just put some of those faux cupcakes in my cake stand over here. And this lighted pumpkin is not anything special, but I think I tell y'all every year, it is one of my most favorite pieces to get out in the fall. Something about it when I get it out and turn it on, I don't know, it's just fall to me. I did place a little wreath underneath just to kind of add a little something rather than just sitting it right on the bookshelf. And then coming over here to this side, this shelf right here was bugging me so much, but I ended up just going with this. It's just this boo sign that actually came from Hobby Lobby. As you know, Hobby Lobby doesn't even sell Halloween anymore, so I've had it for a few years, but I always love pulling that out. I'm just putting it up there by itself. And then down here we have another one of those pumpkins that I got this year from Hobby Lobby. I put some pumpkin picks kind of hugging it, kind of coming out beside it, and then another big white pumpkin on a cake stand. Super simple, but really cozy and cute. And then down below, I kept some of those cookbooks that I had up here before. I just have a little bookend and then another little ghosty friend nestled down here. Just thought that was a cute little touch. And then this lamp, which I just love, it came from an antique store. Put it here with a nightlight, and I have one of those wreaths that matches the bigger one. I just kind of stuck it behind there just to add some texture and that warmth. And then this white pumpkin that I've had forever. So this is how those bookshelves turned out. I think they're cute. I don't think it's too overly cluttered where it's gonna, give me anxiety and make me wanna take it all down before Halloween gets here. I really love how it turned out. I talked about switching those out for like fall and Christmas, but with the fall, I'm really not minding it. If you think about it, orange and blue are complementary colors, so I think it kind of goes together. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about changing out the curtains. I probably will change them for Christmas though. Also today, y'all, I'm working on the finishing touches to our living room, and I did get a couple new things this year, so I'm excited to share that. That will be in next week's video, so if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that. But y'all, let me show you this stuffed shell recipe. It was so good, so easy to make. If you've never made stuffed shells, you gotta give this one a try. Let me show you how I did it. All right, so for these stuffed shells, we're just gonna start by sauteing up a little bit of onion and green bell pepper. This is optional, but I had it in my fridge, so I thought, why not? I'm just using a little bit of olive oil. Like I said, we're just gonna get a little bit of color on our onion and pepper. We are gonna need 1 pound of ground beef, and we're just gonna get that nice and browned up. Then we're gonna need some seasoning. I'm just using this fire and smoke garlic and herb, just a little bit of that. It does have salt in there, so didn't want to use too much. Then we're gonna need 1 large jar of marinara. Of course, I'm using the Rayo's, and then probably about 1/4 cup of water. I just put into my jar to get all that excess sauce out of there. Pour that right in. So we're just going to bring our sauce up to a simmer and just kind of let it do its thing while we're working on our shells. Over here on the side, I did have a box of the jumbo shells working. You want to bring those until they're almost al dente. One little tip, I like to go ahead and just cook the whole box. They're only, $1.50, $2 for the box. And that way you'll have enough good shells to use. A lot of them will tend to break and stick together, so just cook up your whole box. And then in a separate bowl, we're just going to mix together some ricotta cheese, some mozzarella, add a little bit of garlic powder, and some Italian seasoning as well. We're just going to mix that up really well, and that's going to be what we stuff our shells with. So once our shells are done, we're just going to go ahead and drain those. Then first, we're going to pour our meat mixture in the bottom of a 9x13, and then we're just going to start working on those shells, just taking a couple spoonfuls of that ricotta cheese mixture, adding them into each little shell, and then just kind of nestling them down in our meat sauce. Once we have filled up our dish with all those shells, if you have any extra of that ricotta mixture, I just kind of put it around the shells in there. It's going to bake with everything anyway. Then we're going to take another cup of that mozzarella and just sprinkle that right over the top. And this is just going into the oven at 350 for just about 30 minutes. Everything's already cooked, so we're just going to make sure it's nice and piping hot and that cheese is golden and bubbly on top. We just served ours up with a simple broccoli side and some garlic bread. And this is just one of those really easy dinners, but it feels more fancy than it is. And like I said, a good way to switch up pasta night. Okay, did it work? Are you in the mood for fall yet? Let me know if you've begun your fall decorating. Also, what emoji should we put down there today? Let's do some fall leaves. Did I already say that? Drop me some fall leaves down there in the comments if you watched the video all the way through. Also, let me know if you might give this recipe a try. Y'all, I'm so ready for fall. I'm so ready for these 127-degree days to get on out of here. I need some cool, crisp weather. Anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing week so far, and I will see y'all real soon in my next video. Bye, y'all.